shoulder. I'm a wee bit early today, but it's all good. It's a very quick session today. So we're going to do a bit of myofascial mobility. The cup looks like it's on a lean. Anyway, so we are just going to get right into it. I want you to sit here if you can with your legs crossed, and we're just going to pull one shoulder back and look over that shoulder, pulling back, looking over, okay? So it's a little bit of joint stuff today, nothing too crazy. I have a funny tummy, so I don't want to get into having to rush off to the toilet too much. Right, so we're going to pop, making sure you've switched sides a couple of times. We're going to pop one hand down onto the ground. I'm going to reach over, and I want you to try and create some space through that shoulder, and then we're going onto the same side here, so pushing across here. It's very quick today. I'm looking at about 10 to 12 minutes, okay? So, and then I'm going to be probably changing the time of these sessions because football is a lot earlier than it was last year as those kids get older. Right, so we're going to now put ourselves into a 90-90 position with our knees. Now, if you struggle with this, you can potentially have one foot out to the side, okay? If you can get in that position. So we're going to grab onto our foot. We're going to reach across. We're going to just push in there, okay? So a little bit of a movement here, and then we're going to go hand on the floor and reach across there. So hand on there, reach across. One more here, each side. So then we're going to do a little bit of a hip switch, the hands behind, lifting the knees, keeping the feet in the same place, and going over like so. Got one more here, and then grabbing onto that foot again on the other side, reaching. So remember, trying to create the space through the shoulder as well, so it's not just the hips that you're feeling, and reaching across. So, and we'll go one more here. Cool. From here, we're going to go into a bit of a glute stretch. So this position here, you're going to lengthen the back leg, then we're coming up, okay? So you're going to try and put your back foot under your front foot under the back quad or hip area, and I just want you to wiggle yourself down, okay? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So, and then from here, you're just going to come forward with the other foot. Hopefully I'm still in the camera, and same positioning, okay? So just a little wiggle. We're not holding it for a huge amount of time. We're more shuffling side to side, and just see if you can get lower and lower in there during that wiggling process. Cool. So coming back from here, we're going to go into a wide child's pose, so sinking down into those hips, and then we're just going to come forward and just allow yourself to stop where you feel it's tight in those hips, okay? You'll only be able to go so far, so coming forward like so. We've got our feet kind of together at the back. So forward. From here, we're going to come up, so we're still in that same position, and we're just going to sink down. Then we're just going to open, so we're pushing our pelvis forward a wee bit. So coming forward, so this is going to get up into the deep front line, back and forward. So it's like an open and close thing here. Two more here. And open. That's it. Coming back. Right, from here, I want you just to sink back. Bring your knees in a wee bit closer here. Sinking back down, and I want you to bring your hands to the side. So if you're on a mat, walk your hands to one side of your mat. Cool, and just hang out here, then walk to the other side. So, go back to that first side. Excuse me. I have a feeling we're about to get annihilated by a bug. because my son, who hopefully is getting ready for football, was a bit snotty last night, but let the coach know he's not feeling 100. And then we're going to come up. It's either sinuses or it's the loogie coming at us. Right, so we're going to come forward and just reach up and look at your ceiling. Look how clean it is. Back and up. So reaching forward. Lots of hip stuff today. So, cool. And then just from that position, changing legs, so sinking up. Cool. Righty, and one more here. Right, cutting back into that 4-point kneeling. I'm going to tuck the toes under here, and we're just sinking ourselves back, stretching out your base of your feet here, giving that plantar fascia a bit of a love, and then coming forward. So back, sinking back, and forward. Cool. From here, you're going to lift into downward dog here. Give yourself a nice big stretch. We're going to roll ourselves forward into a high plank, drop down, back into that child's pose, but with your feet getting a stretch too. Coming up, sinking that butt back, stretch out the back of those legs. Have a look under each armpit. Give it a whiff if you want. Rolling ourselves forward like a wave into that high plank, dropping down. Get into those feet again. Your feet are going to love you later. Coming forward, up, back down. Rolling ourselves forward here, sinking back. That's the sucker. Righty. We're going to just pop onto our back from here, and we're going to do that by rolling ourselves down, and then like have a wee roll around. Unfortunately, my bra is driving me nuts. Okay, so rolling to the side a wee bit. And then you may feel like there's a little bit of a owie spot on the side of your back like mine. So like down here when you roll, I want you to just hold into that position for quite a while, okay? So roll, 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 and then go the opposite side. So if you spend like a split second longer where it's in those sort of painful positions, and then go from there. Then we're going to grab onto one knee, hugging that knee towards the chest, and I just want you to straighten your opposite leg and lower it down towards the floor. Rest here, okay? Hang out here for a bit. Then we're going to get the same arm side that the leg is long. It's going to go out wide. You're going to follow that with your face, and you're going to pull the opposite knee away, okay? So look out to your outstretched arm. We're going to come back in with that knee, coming out to hip stuff. And one more. And then we're going to come in and we're going to switch sides. So we're going to hug that knee, outstretch that leg nice and long here. Cool. Outstretch the arm, pull across here. And then come in with the knee. Give it a couple of little movements. And one more here. Cool. Then from there, we're going to stick on the same leg. We're going to come up, grab behind the knee. Okay, just hold into a stretch. You want your foot flexed so the foot is flat. We're going to bend the knee, stretch the knee. Bend the knee, stretch, or extend the knee, sorry. Bend, extend here. Just getting into a little bit of a hamstring kind of floss. The nerves down it. Cool. And then we're going to change sides. So grabbing onto the other knee, and we're going to straighten, so extend, bend, extend, bend, extend, bend. That's it. Couple more here. That's it. Okay, from here you're going to roll onto your side. We're going to pretend that you want to be a wee bit far away from any walls or whatever you might have around you. So we're going to go into kind of like an archery position. So hands are together. We're going to have our head on our shoulder and we're going to pull the top arm back towards the chest and then just follow the elbow with your face or your eyeballs, okay? So we're going to drag it along your long arm at the front and pull. Now, some of you may not be able to get the back of your arm on the ground as you're coming, depending on your chest and the tightness throughout that chest, okay? So one more here. Cool, it should get a bit more space in it when we do it, and you should be able to feel like you're doing a bit more distance, okay? So from here, you can either rest with your head on your bicep or not, but you want to have your elbows reasonably close together. So we're doing an open book thing here. So we're just opening and closing, okay? So we're not rolling too much. Mainly the upper spine is sort of doing the movement here. So you're kind of trying to keep hips facing forward as much. And then from here, and I think I moved a little bit close, I'm going to shuffle down a wee bit. From here, we're going to get our finger and we're going to drag it along the floor and draw a bit of a semicircle. And I'm too close to the wall. Keep your finger on the floor the whole time. So if your finger comes up, you've gone too far, okay? And then we draw our way back. So we're doing it about 3 times. So keep your finger on the floor the whole time. And remember, you don't have to push this. We're just trying to get more mobility. So you should find each time we go around, we get a bit more. So we're going to flip over now. We are almost done. Just this last side and they're on. So we're going to start with that bow and arrow one to begin with. So arms are extended, pulling the elbow back, following the elbow with your eyes and coming forward. So drag it across your chest and your hand should be just under your armpit when you get to your final resting place. Not quite. Cool, and one more here. And then we go into that open book, okay? So elbows together and open, okay? You may get a couple of clicks, but it should feel really beautiful on that chest, that tight chest of yours, and through that thoracic spine, okay? Opening some space in there. Couple more here. And from here, we then do our little drawers and make sure again you've got room. So finger stays on the floor the whole time. That's it. This one doesn't go quite the distance of the other side. Oh no, so I was limiting myself from the floor. So about 3 or 4 times around and then we are done with our session this morning. Nice and quick. Excuse me. One more. I'll go one more for luck. Cool. And just like that, we are successfully all done. So we can do a couple of cat-cows just to finish. And then, yeah, lovely little quick movements for the day. Right. Thank you for hanging with me. Let me know how you went. Let me know if there was any tight areas that give you any concern or it feels better or hopefully not worse. The aim is always better. But think about, is it the same, better, different or worse? Always better is what we're after, okay? Thanks for hanging and we will catch you next time. See you later.